Hello everyone out there on YouTube, this here is Rob, aka Toronto Collector, with a little intro to my next video here. A lot of people here in Ontario are urging for our Premier of Ontario here to begin to open up the economy very soon as our numbers begin to decline, even though there are still lots of people in this province that are sick, and unfortunately there are some who are dying. And our Premier of Ontario here has said that our health and our safety is a top priority. He wants everyone here in Ontario to all remain safe. And right now, nothing else matters. Hope you enjoy the video. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Rob, aka Toronto Collector, coming to you as always from the beautiful city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Today's date is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. This here will be a quick health update and hopefully a review of my pops here that hopefully you'll find entertaining, and a quick note about what has happened here in Canada. You may be wondering why I'm wearing my Leaf hoodie right now, considering the fact that the NHL has suspended the NHL hockey season here in Canada and the United States. So why would I be wearing a Leaf hoodie today? Good question. The answer is, all of us here in Canada are mourning the tragic event that happened in Nova Scotia, Canada, and Canada's Atlantic area this past weekend, when a gunman took it upon himself to go and tragically kill 17 Canadians in the gun battle. He himself was eventually gunned down in a gun battle with RCMP officers in Nova Scotia. He tragically wounded one RCMP officer, a veteran of 23 years on the force. He also seriously wounded another RCMP officer who's currently recovering from gunshot wounds. This tragedy in Nova Scotia should never have taken place. Sadly, it affected 17 lives needlessly. 17 people in Nova Scotia are now dead or missing because a couple of those residents here in Nova Scotia were former residents here in Ontario and moved to Nova Scotia. Those citizens there are currently missing because this case is much broader than it initially sounds. But all Nova Scotians can rest assured that even though you're in Nova Scotia, I am in Ontario, and there are other parts of Canada, we all mourn with you because we are all Canadian. We all mourn with you. The reason why I'm wearing my Leaf hoodie here today is because this is my only garment, my only hoodie that I have both a blue and white, the national colors of Nova Scotia. I'm wearing this hoodie because I am myself am in mourning over this tragic loss of life in Nova Scotia, which should never have taken place. So for any of my fellow Canadians out there who may be watching me right now, please join me in making a video on your own channel to show your support for our fellow Canadians who are going through this very tragic time, this needless tragic time here in Canada and in Nova Scotia that should never have taken place. But it did take place. Now we join all Nova Scotians in mourning the loss of life, including but not limited to the tragic death of a member of the RCMP, and she served 23 years on the force, a married mother of 2 kids. who now will grow up without a mother. And also other residents there in Nova Scotia are former residents of here in Ontario that moved out to Nova Scotia when they retired. Those people are now missing. The RCMP here, or in Nova Scotia, are thoroughly investigating this horrible tragedy. The rest of us Canadians, all we can do is send our support and our love, letting all Nova Scotians know that you're in our thoughts, you're in our prayers, and we hope this never, ever happens again. Health-wise, how Marie and I are doing here is we are still coping with the pandemic here. We are continuing to stay at home and only going out once a week for necessities or for doctor's appointments. Other than that, we are staying home and we are isolating here because neither of us are essential workers. And we are continuing to show our support for essential workers, those doctors, nurses, hospital workers, people who work in grocery stores, pharmacies, truck drivers, other drivers, all the essential workers who put themselves in harm's way, put their families in harm's way by going to work each and every day so we can all stay healthy and fed. We are behind you because you are in front of us. And we all support you and we thank you for going to work every day so that we, the rest of us, can stay home and make your job, hopefully, easier by doing our little part by staying home. Although the numbers here in Ontario and in Canada seem to be leveling off, the peak seems to be leveling off a little bit, and it causes some here in Ontario and in Canada to start asking the government, when are we going to get back to normal? When is the stores here going to be reopening and we get back to normal as a society? Well, unfortunately, this won't happen for a while yet. We still have several facilities here in Toronto and in communities surrounding Toronto, which is called the Greater Toronto Area, that tragically still have many high numbers in the pandemic and still definitely need a lot of help. Once those facilities get the much needed help that they need, then we can then start seeing a definite decline in the numbers. Hopefully those institutions will get the help that they so desperately need sooner rather than later. I am fortunate here in Toronto there where I am a contractual worker. I don't need to go to work and I am being paid a base salary, not much, but a base salary to stay home, and I'm keeping up to date on how we are here in Toronto, in Ontario, and in Canada to my 24-hour news channel. And I'm keeping very informed by this news channel here as to how we are in the three areas that concern me most: Toronto, Ontario, and Canada. And, of course, I hear international news as well. So I am eager to get back to work, with my school bus, but I understand that it has to wait because the number one priority right now for everybody out there is your safety. Your safety. To stay safe. Whether you're an essential worker or you're staying at home, everybody needs to stay safe. And don't worry, everyone out there watching me, this pandemic will be over soon. Experts right now are working on it right now as I speak to you. They're working on it right now. This pandemic will be over soon, and then soon 19 will go back to being just a number. So if you want to join me here in supporting these essential workers here, I did a video a couple days ago, a very short video, in which I wanted to thank all the essential workers who are continuing to go to work so we all stay healthy and fed here. And I called that video our heroes. So if you want to join me as well in thanking them, hashtag our heroes. And all the essential workers out there in Canada, US, and elsewhere, that's what they are. They are our heroes. So if you want to do this on a future one of your videos there, write down hashtag our heroes in a future video and post it on your channel, by all means. I did that video a couple of days ago, and so far I think I've gotten 1 view of it there so far. But I have a very small channel, so if other people who are watching this video, and you have a larger channel and you support my idea of doing a video tribute to essential workers, by all means, you can use my symbol here of staying home. You can write down our heroes on your own piece of paper, hold up to the camera there for other YouTubers to see, because we YouTubers, especially those of us with channels, we have a very unique way of contacting people who like to watch YouTube and know the time and not to watch YouTube here. We have a time, we have a talent, so why not do it to show love and support for everybody concerned, for essential workers and non-essential workers, to provide hope that eventually, one day, 19 will go back to being just a number between 18 and 20. We need to put it back to where it was before, just a number. It will happen one day. So I would love to see other YouTubers support me on this idea by doing your own version of the Our Heroes, hashtag Our Heroes video in your own words with your own signs made. Show support and show encouragement for anybody out there who might be feeling down, a little depressed, anxious for society to return to normal. It will happen. It will happen one day. We just have to believe. Believe in our governments, believe in our healthcare experts, believe in what they say, and continue to do our little part with non-essential workers, staying home. Staying home, staying isolated, whatever term you want to use. You want to use the term isolated, quarantine, lockdown, whatever term you want to use. I prefer isolated myself. I think that sounds better than quarantine or lockdown. That's what I think myself. I prefer the term isolated. Staying at home. Because I'm not essential, staying at home. Mind you, if my company, as a school bus driver, my company calls me in and asks me if I want to be trained on wheelchair buses to take wheelchair persons to the medical appointments and come back, I am not wheelchair trained right now, but if my company asks me if I want to come in for the training to do it in the future, I would say, heck yeah. I'd be willing to do it. I am not trained right now, but I would go in for the training to drive the small wheelchair bus around to help out in my community to make sure that wheelchair persons can get to their appointments and back home. The need for that is around. However, I am not trained on it at the moment. So that is the entire health update so far, and a lot of love going into Nova Scotia, and information about what I am doing here right now, here in Toronto there. So it's gone on for 12.5 minutes now. For those of you who are still watching me, thank you for being patient. I realize I'm trying to make this part of the video as short as possible, but there's a lot to say in a short time frame, especially with my speech tend to be fast. I'm trying to make it totally legible so everybody can understand. So now on to the more fun part of the video, the review. Recently, I did a fun review of my Ghostbuster Pops, and in that video there, I did ask a trivia question about the Ghostbuster, the original Ghostbusters movie. That answer will be contained within this video. So now on to this review here. I'm reviewing a movie here that came out back in 1980. I was going to say 18, but no. Back in 1980. This was a spoof of life at a snobbish country club. It starred Ted Knight, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and Rodney Dangerfield. Back in 1980. Do you know what it was? Today's review here is of my 5 Pops from the movie Caddyshack. And to start off this review here is Ted Knight as his character in Caddyshack, Judge Smalls, coming in at number 722. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, behind me here, I am an in-the-box collector, but for this video, I will be taking these figures out of the box for you, as I've done in previous videos. Because I could just hold it up like this and turn the box like this, and say there's your review for you right there, but that doesn't really give you an incentive to go and buy it. There's nothing like actually seeing the pop in the hand on the video. That is a review. I don't do it very often. I only do this for reviews. When I do unveilings, I don't take it out of the box then. So here is Judge Smalls here, Ted Knight here as the character. As you can plainly see, he's firmly in his clamshell liner. There he is for your review right there. Very stylish looking pop there with his pink shirt and white golf pants. Instead of being loud colored golf pants, white golf pants there with one of his driver clubs right there. And out-of-box collectors may want to know right now, what's wrong, collector? Will he stand up by himself? I'm an out-of-box collector. I'm so glad you asked. Will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Yes, he certainly will. Maria is not here currently right now to do the ta-da for you. So I'll have to do the ta-da for you. So I hope you can understand and appreciate my ta-da, because my ta-da isn't as good as her ta-da. But anyways, there is Ted Knight standing up there as Judge Smalls. Be right back. And welcome back. I'm going to try to make this review part video go a little bit quicker than before. So coming in here, the next known actor in Caddyshack there, a comedy a legend, who is a legend now, who was just starting out back in those days, back in 1980 there. Coming in at number 723, here is Carl Spackler, better known, played by comedy actor Bill Murray. Coming in at number 723. And this is a very unique pop, because Bill Murray's character in Caddyshack had a very unique job. He was the assistant groundskeeper in Caddyshack, assistant to the Scottish groundskeeper. I believe he was Scottish. There he is there, firmly in his clamshell liner. And here he comes out in his fishing hat and holding a couple figures. And it's interesting how nowadays that I am into camo as well. It's interesting how his hat, even back in 1980, was a camo-colored hat. It didn't occur to me until yesterday. I tried to do this video before, and it didn't quite work out properly. So will Bill stand up by himself, or will Carl stand up by himself? Will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Yes, he certainly will. By the way, before I leave this segment here, notice that Carl is holding two figures in both hands. He's holding two figures in his hands. Two animals that he created to help deal with the gopher in the golf course. Now, trivia question for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Trivia question for you in this video here is, he's holding two animals that he made out of a certain type of material. Question here is, what material did Carl use to create these two figures he's holding in his hand? What material did he use to create the figures in his hands that he was going to use to deal with the gopher? If you know the answer to that question, hashtag down below, write down in a comment, hashtag the name of the material. Hashtag the name of the material. Well, if you think it was clay, write down hashtag clay. If you think it was plastic, write down hashtag plastic. Whatever you think he made these figures of, that material, that consistency, that material, whatever you think he made the figures of, hashtag the name of the material. Put it down below in the comments. The winning answer will get pinned to this video here as the correct answer. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any pops right now for the winning answer there, but you will get bragging rights on this video. So, there is Carl, once again standing up by himself. Okay, right back. And welcome back here. I paused the camera between the time of showing the figure on top of the box and putting him back in the box. I paused the camera there so you can't hear the crunching sound of the clamshell liner going back into the box. So the next figure from Caddyshack here is the very character that Carl is after. Coming at number 724, it is the Gopher. The Gopher himself, causing all the mayhem on the golf course. This here is the Gopher himself. And personally speaking, I think this Gopher here is very cute, but he does cause a menace on the golf course. He is a menace on the golf course. There is the Gopher here from his clamshell liner. Hopefully he doesn't bite me. Hopefully he doesn't bite me bringing him out. Easy now, easy now, easy now. Don't bite me now. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I know it'll be funny. It's not real. Anyways, there is the Gopher. Cute as he is has not obviously not missed a meal. Very nice figure there of the Gopher from Caddyshack there. Very nice looking figure right there. Will the Gopher stand up by himself? Ta-da! He certainly will. Okay, be right back. Okay, moving right along here to another comical genius here that did Caddyshack here in the early days. Coming in at number 720, here is Ty Webb, played by Chevy Chase. And as with the other pops, I will be taking this one out of the box as well. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear in the background or not there, but what may sound like wind in the background that my camera may be capturing here the sound, that is actually wind. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, here that we live on the 15th floor, 15th floor in our apartment building here, so we're quite far off the ground. And this morning here in Toronto, it being Tuesday morning, well, Tuesday afternoon now, the wind here has been pretty blustery the whole day there. So if you hear something in the background here and says, what does that sound? That is wind outside of our apartment because we face the west here. So anyways, here is Ty Webb here in his clamshell liner. Very nice looking pop. Let me undo it here so I can pull him out of there for you. There is Ty Webb in his outfit there with one of his driver clubs there, and even complete with a little golf ball right there, with his wild hair and his non-wild pants. There is Ty Webb right there, played by Chevy Chase. Will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Certainly will. Be right back. And right before I get to the last Caddyshack figure here, I will now answer the trivia question that I posted in the review video for Ghostbusters. The question was, in that video there, what was the name of the person who did the Ghostbusters theme? The much beloved Ghostbusters theme. When you see Ghostbusters the original, that theme that we all heard and fell in love with here, who created the theme? That was the question in that video. The answer is Ray Parker Jr. Ray Parker Jr. did that theme. So for anybody out there who watched that video of Ghostbusters review, if you didn't know the answer is Ray Parker Jr. who did the theme. Moving on now to the last Caddyshack Funko Pop I have to show you here. I did that answer there before the end of this video here, just in case people may have tried to skip ahead to the end of this video here in hopes I would see the answer then. I'm saying the answer before the end of the video, so you have to watch the video in its entirety for the answer. So here is, coming in at number 721, Al Shervick. Pardon me, I may have said that name wrong there, but played by the comical genius Rodney Dangerfield. He came in to the movie there as a real estate tycoon there, the kind of person there who loves to build condominiums on properties there. And this character there, he thought that, he said it in the movie, they thought that golf courses and cemeteries were a waste of prime real estate. So he went in there and he went in there as a new member of Bushwood. That was the name of the country club, Bushwood. And also maybe buying Bushwood and turning the beautiful golf course into a condo development. That was his claim. That was his claim to fame. And that's what he initially wanted to do. And Ted Knight, I think, when he came in to play George Smalls, I believe he was the head of the membership committee that ran Bushwood. So when he heard that Al was coming in there to buy up the golf course there in hopes of turning it into condos, that just infuriated him. So here is Al Gerbeck here, still in his, very much in his clamshell liner. So I will bring him out here. He is actually the only character in the entire movie that came in actually wearing flashy clothes that you might associate with golf. As you can plainly see there, his shirt and his pants are very loud and very colorful. He's the only one that I saw wearing really loud, colorful clothes. And you would think with the sport of golf that a lot of people would be wearing that, but he's the only one I remember wearing such loud clothes. Now will Al stand up by himself? Ta-da! Certainly will. Be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now there are two chase pops here for this line of Caddyshack pops that I do not have yet. One chase pop here was of the judge here, of the judge right here. This judge pop here had a chase figure there, in which if you remember the movie, in the gift shop he tried on a hat that when Al, played by Rodney Dangerfield, came in, he made fun of him and joked about him wearing a hat. So there is a chase version of the judge wearing a hat. The second chase pop of this series here is of Ty Webb coming in here when he did play some golf there with his new young caddy. He actually did some showing off, and he wore a blindfold when he played golf with his caddy. That is the chase version of Ty Webb when he wore a blindfold. That is the chase version there. So that's two chase versions on this line of pops here that unfortunately I don't have yet. If you have the chase versions of these two pops here, both a judge and a Ty, if you have the chase versions here and you no longer want it in your collection here and you'd be willing to sell it to me, you can contact me here. My email address here is, write down this email address here, is Toronto Collector, all one word, all lowercase, TorontoCollector@yahoo.ca. It's important to put the .ca, because if you put .com, it won't come to me. I'm in Canada, I'm a .ca. So Toronto Collector at yahoo.ca. Toronto Collector, all one word, all lowercase, Toronto Collector at yahoo.ca. Send me an email and we can work out a deal, because I would love to get the chase version of these two pops here, but I have not been able to yet. But as you can plainly see here, all my pops are back in their homes. And this is how I keep them here in the homes, to keep them nice and dust free. I don't plan on selling many pops. I do every now and then. I do have a pop come up for sale, but I don't like shipping. I don't have to go through the rigmarole of taking pops, packing a pop up in a box with styrofoam and packing material and everything like this. I'm going to my post office to ship it out. I don't like doing that. Since my post office is only open one day, I can access it when I'm normal work hours. I can access the post office only one day a week, and that one day a week is a Saturday. And I like to sleep in on my Saturdays, and I like to do other things on my Saturdays. So the last thing I want to do is ship something out. So when I do sell pops, like some other YouTubers here, I sell them locally. But if you want to know if I have any pops currently for sale right now that you might be interested in, which I do, I have a few common Captain Marvel pops for sale right now. Common Captain Marvel pops, but they are not of Captain Marvel, they are not of her cat, and they're not of Nick Fury. But I have other Captain Marvel pops for sale right now for store price or less. If you're interested in finding out more information about that, please do send me an email at TorontoCollector@yahoo.ca. Send me an email about that if you want to know more information, and I'll send you information back via email. Okay, be back in a moment to wrap it up. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I hope that you've all enjoyed this review video here that I've done here. I've also answered your question here. Earlier in the video, I answered the question here about who did the Ghostbusters theme song that we all heard and fell in love with. I've already answered that question there, so if anybody who skipped ahead to the end of this video and hopes I would say it now, you have to rewind it because I've already said the answer. I've also asked a trivia question here to do with Caddyshack Pops here, to do with this pop right here, Carl. I asked a trivia question to do with him. What you'll get if you know the right answer, but the right answer down below, hashtag, and the right answer down below, or hashtag whatever answer you think it is, hashtag down below. What you will get for this video here is bragging rights. And in conclusion to this video here, I would just like to say that I know all of us right now in Toronto and Ontario and Canada and elsewhere, we may all be getting bored at home. We may all be wanting our own governments here to open up stores so we can have society return to some kind of normalcy right now. But don't forget right now, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget right now that in every day, listen to the news, we are hearing more and more cases of people becoming infected and sadly, those losing their lives to 19. So I believe that our governments here won't be doing a massive opening of all stores until our governments get a firm hold on a solution, either treatment or a vaccine for 19. Our government won't be opening any massive stores until such time as that happens, because all of our governments are concerned about wave 2. The second wave coming in if they open the stores too early. So what can we all do in the meantime? All of us non-essential workers do in the meantime? Just please, everyone, be patient. Be patient. It's simple. If you got used to staying at home and only go out once a week, by all means continue to stay home and only go out once a week to give your healthcare sector workers a break, make sure you don't spread around this disease. Be sure that you don't contribute to wave 2. Just be patient. It will happen eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. Today's date here is, as I've always said a couple times in this video, but today's date is April 21st, 2020. I predict, not that I have any information to really go on there, but I hope and I predict that this situation will be in for probably at least another month. That's what I predict. Right now, the way the numbers are going, the numbers of people infected, the number of deaths unfortunately we're having, the numbers here aren't going down really quickly anytime sooner until other aspects of our societies get the help they truly need. So in the meantime, we all have to just do our part by staying home, and essential workers, please do work safely. Be safe for yourself and for your families. And remember, all of you essential workers out there watching me right now, please remember that you truly are our heroes. Never forget that. We support you because you are in front of us. We support you. Truly are heroes. So this is Rob, aka Toronto Collector, saying thank you all very much for watching this video here. If you like this video, please down below and to my left there, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon right next to it there, give me a thumbs up. If you know the answer to the trivia question contained within this video here, please down below in the comments put hashtag your answer to the questioner. Hashtag your answer. If I find the winning answer to the question contained for this video, I will pin it to the video here so you'll get bragging rights. So in the meantime, I hope everybody out there, essential, non-essential, I hope everybody out there does remember to stay safe, stay fed, keep healthy, and we'll all be over this soon, and pretty soon 19 will be return to being just a number. So the Toronto Collector saying, thank you all very much for watching. Take care.